Hey, Lawrence. Hey, my buddy Lawrence and moderator, buddy, moderator, friend, and pal. Happy Friday, Lawrence. How you doing? How you doing? I'm surprised I could see the yeah. Come on, Lawrence, fearless, fearless Friday. I'm good. How about you? That's good. That's good. Yes. Listen, I put in the title "Free Your Mind Friday" because it's Friday. A lot of us have worked all week. And even those who haven't worked all week, you've done something, okay? Maybe you've done something that, or you did something that required you to really put a lot of thought into what you were doing. Maybe it was physical work. Maybe it was you were working your brain. Maybe it was from a mental perspective, physical perspective, and it's Friday, and you just want to free yourself Friday, free your mind Friday, have a little discussion about the things that you did that made you happy, of course, the things that you did, or some things that got on your nerves, okay? Some accomplishments that you made, okay? Some goals that you reached, or just your week in general, just your week in general. Maybe you didn't have any goals. Maybe your work week was great. I hope so. And maybe everything was cool at home. Woo, in a week, Lawrence. I have to let me see, I gotta count that. I gotta count. Somebody who was at Azure had me over here counting the other day. And I was just happy I didn't have to use my fingers. Okay? We were talking about using fingers. So probably probably like 50 miles, maybe. But and maybe more, because I'm not talking about work and just other stuff, but just my walking in general. Like when I come on here, just my walking talks. My walking talks inline pride. Okay, original, because you can find a walking talk everywhere around here nowadays. But my walking talks over here, probably about 50. Enough that I could probably walk to the next town. Yeah, because my steps are up there. Like, you know how people, they ask you about your steps, and see, that's the problem with some people. It's okay to focus on your steps according to what particular goals that you have, but I try not to focus on steps. But, you know, 10K steps, I think is equivalent, or kind of roughly, depending on the person, depending on how you're walking, can be maybe 5 miles. So It's nothing to get in like 20 steps per day. So that would be like 10 miles. So yeah, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, about 50. Oh my gosh, Lawrence, listen, you know, it's a simple saying, right? But you know how like you're in different areas of YouTube, right? So everybody's going to take a little bit from somebody or something. Nobody's never, no, there's no first on here. You know what? Correction, there can be a first. But you know, as soon as there's a first, people jump on it so fast till you don't remember the who's first. And they know that. So I say in the little area, I always say in the little area that I'm usually in, yeah, I was the first. Not everybody does it. They got a segment or they got a playlist or everybody. And you know, that's why I say now I don't motivate people. Because sometimes you give people an idea, like a nugget, a seed. And if it's a good one, great. Because you know, I encourage people to get up and move and keep moving. But what I don't encourage is people to do everything I do. When I switch it up, Lawrence, believe it or not, it's one lady. She was just doing the same thing forever. Start trying to talk the way I talk, say what I say. Now she over there trying to switch it up a little bit. It's like some people just sniff up and behind you, like they're obsessed. And that's why I say I don't motivate grown adults. If you're doing something, I encourage you to keep doing it, to keep moving, to keep progressing to the place you want to be. But my goal, as far as motivation goes, is to motivate kids, young adults, and people who really know me, good, bad, pretty, ugly, inside and out, know what I like, know what I don't, know what grinds my gears and knows what don't, and they won't try to. I motivate those people. You know, the people who you love that you can really reach out and touch and talk to and get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and talk to them on the phone, your family and friends. Because when I tell you, every time I do something, she's huffing and puffing right behind me trying to do it. But it's actually, to be honest, Lawrence, it's 4 of them. And I'm like, dang, is the creativity level that low? Because there's nothing really creative. It's nothing really creative. It's just walking and talking. Nobody was saying that in the space that I was in. So I made that my channel. Man, listen, I encourage everybody to be on a fitness journey. But it's a way to do anything. I take some cues from people. And some things we're just going to all do alike because that is what it is. There's no different way to do some things, you know? There's no different way to do certain things. But when a person starts trying to throw out educational stuff, you know they haven't been educated. And then you hear them take some of the things you say and start to focus and hone in on what you say. It makes you just leave the whole platform. Some people just, but what it made me do is just go to a different platform. Because Lions Pride is my baby. So, you know. But people will see your subscriber count, I'm telling you. They will see you saying certain things and they'll think, well, let me do that. And it may not work for them. Because they don't know what all went into that. They don't know if what you're doing currently is why your subscriber count is what it is. They don't know. But let me tell you something. People are so hungry for a little bit of change. Look, people are so hungry for 70% of a dollar. People are so hungry for 70% of a dollar that it makes them lose all integrity. Hold on, Lawrence. Okay. Listen, people are so hard up for integrity, so hard up to do something to work that they lose their integrity, that they don't realize that something that they do that is unique to what we do is what's going to pull them up. That's what's going to pull them up. So yeah, it's like 4 of them. Never said nothing about walking and talking. And I've been doing it for like at least straight on here. I've been doing it for years and decades, but on here over 3 years. And if I showed you, in fact, I could show you which channels, all of a sudden they became their repertoire. And that used to be their ass over here in this chat. That's the tripped out part. I'm like, that's all you could take? Because see, when I say walk and talk, it's not just because it sounds cute. It's for the plethora of reasons that it's good for you. Mentally, physically, and emotionally. Come on, Lawrence. A lot of people don't believe in themselves that way. And they get mad. They get mad if you say something about it. Like me talking about it now. They get mad. They throw a subliminal. But hey, it is what it is. Like they say, hit dogs holler, right? People don't like it when people say that. But that is the truest statement. Because if you ain't hit, you ain't gonna holler. If you ain't hit, you ain't gotta have nothing to say. If they don't call your name, then you won't feel hit unless there's a reason for you to feel hit. If you don't call their name, when they say hit dogs holler, I ain't lying, there's no truest statement. Because if you don't say their name, see, it's a lot of ways. I do a lot of tests because I don't know the people. Now, in real life, I don't test people. I'm straight up, I'm blunt, and I'm honest because I love those people. They love me. But on this app, the sun is in my eyes. I got my shades on, Lawrence, but if you're still there, I'm going to look down in a second when I get to the tree. But on these apps, and not just this one, they love to holler. I can't stand when people say hit dogs holler. Why? Because you're usually the one that really needs to holler. You're the one that needs to holler. You're the one that needs to holler. That's why I'm like, you ain't got to share me out. You ain't got to give me no shout outs because I might not want to be where you at. And I like having a small chat. And within the past year, I gotten some stuff out of my chat that should have never came to my chat. And I'm working on some more. I'm working on some more. But you, Uno, y'all are loyal. I appreciate y'all for being here. Joyelle, Mad Dog be dropping in. Mad Dog be everywhere. Okay? And she makes time to come in. So, you know, but we multitask. So when you make me a part of your multitasking, I appreciate that. Okay? Because for one, we can't be everywhere all the time. And two, if you make me a part of your multitasking and you just say hello, then I'm like, what's good? What's up? Because hello is like, what, a second? So I try to do that, you know, because everybody can't come to the live, especially if you go live at a particular time each day. A lot of people can't come to the live. So they leave a comment. So I appreciate that. Y'all know I always say I appreciate the subscribers, the content creators, of course my moderators, and YouTube. I appreciate YouTube. Lawrence, you got what I'm saying that now. And when the reason I bring that kind of stuff up is because I'm like, damn, do y'all not know how to say anything on your own? I've been telling YouTube I appreciate it, whether they have one person in my chat or 100. Whether you have one subscriber, 100,000, 1 million. Man, somebody's saying that shit every day. And I just had to start laughing. Because you don't come to the app to get your blood pressure up. Right? You don't come to the app to get your blood pressure up. You come to the app, hopefully to network, to release, relate, resolve what you can. Not resolve anything with people on the app. But you know, the app is a great resource for resolving some of the things that you have going on in life. When you go to those positive channels that are meant to do that. I still can't see in this. Hold on a second. Let me stop. Judas. Lawrence. Judas. That's the word. Now see, if I how you doing? If I flip it, y'all, that truck is loud. But let me tell you, that's a good work truck. Okay, that's a good work truck. I need me a good work truck. Lawrence, absolutely Judas. But if you flip it and you say, well, I'm going to do this just because, hell, they doing what I do, whether it's one thing, they just harping on it right now. So let me harp on this that they do. That's why you don't really hear me going to nobody's channel saying the things that they say. Because for me, over here, everybody's walking and talking now, okay? And everybody's making that their thing to say. So why would I go somewhere and start making somebody else's thing? If I do that, I'm going to switch it up so much till it's mine. Creativity doesn't take a lot of thought. Sometimes people are just creative, sometimes not. But it doesn't take a lot of thought. Not doing this, not doing this, not doing this, not walking, jogging, running. Y'all know I can't run because my phone gonna go across the street. You know, skipping. You got people that they're risk injury. They're risk injury to try to compete where they don't compare. So that's why I be like in my little bubble now. Lawrence, you know where I be, and that's it. That's it. I be in my bubble, working on my other project to grow where none of the people are that I know currently. And that's it. That's it. Hold on, I got the arrow. The arrow means comments on it. I don't see Jill. Jill said hello, Lawrence. Jill in the chat. Welcome to the family. I don't see her. Hold on a minute. I see her. Happy Friday, Lawrence Friday in chat. Happy Friday, Jill. Right, Lawrence. You know what I do. And so other than that, I be working on my other project. That's why I don't stay on the live like maybe an hour still. But I try not. I have been saying I'm gonna try not to stay on over like an hour and a half, maybe 2. If we're having fun, if it's people in the chat and we're conversing and we're having fun. But I try to do like 45 minutes to an hour these past couple of weeks. Because I don't know, people don't have to stay in the live if somebody's on for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. But I just feel like for me to do that, that's exhausting. That's exhausting. It can be fun on occasion. It can be fun on occasion, like an every now and again kind of thing. But it can be fun like on occasion and every now and again kind of thing. But not even once or twice a week. That's a lot. It's 24 hours in a day. And I sit on the line for 4 hours. Think of what I could have been doing at home. Think of what I could have been doing with my family. Think of what I could have been doing with my friends. Think of what I could have been doing for the church, for the community. So yes, I enjoy the possibilities to come on here. Again, I appreciate YouTube for that possibility. I know a lot of times we fuss about the app, but listen, the app tells you what to do. The app tells you what to do. Jill says, I'm here. Jill always crafting and listening to you. Thank you, Jill. Jill is always crafting. Crafting is another thing to kind of help you to unwind, release, relax, relate. Okay? Think of ways to resolve what you can, what you can't resolve. God got it. Okay? Remember who you were, who you are, who you would like to be. And if you're confident in who you are right now, work on other things. Reevaluate yourself sometimes. Self-evaluation. Y'all know I love the S and the R, right? S words, especially S-E-L-F, self. We're going to talk about that earlier. Self-love, self-motivation. Motivate yourself. In fact, what my saying is now, Lawrence, motivate your damn self, okay? Motivate yourself. I ain't trying to motivate no grown folks no more. I'm going to encourage you to continue to do the things that you've motivated yourself to do, or that other people may have motivated you to do, but motivate yourself. You know your goals. You know where you want to be. You know what changes you need to make. You know what is required. And when you don't know what is required, you can find out what is required, right? And when it comes to health and fitness, what do I say over here? I say your health and fitness are your wealth. The saying is that your health is wealth, right? And that is true. Over here in Lion's Pride, your health and fitness are your wealth. Because you can be as healthy as an ox by the numbers. Blood pressure, good. Glucose, good. Cholesterol, good. You know? Heart rate, good. Respirations, good. Temperature, good. All of that can be good. Maybe even your mental state, good. But how do you feel when you walk up a flight of steps? Down the flight of steps? It matters. Working different muscles. Okay? How do you feel when you do that? How do you feel? Do you try to park as close to the door as you can when you go to Walmart, Wally World, Target, Family Dollar, Food Lion? Do you try to park as close as you can to the door? Do you park far out and use that as an opportunity to get you some extra steps in? Again, I don't focus on the number of steps because by the grace of God, I know I've already hit 20K, right? When I get on here, throughout the day, 7 to 10K, and then by the time I get on here and get off, there's another 10K. My watch is going off. So listen, I'm not gonna focus on the number of steps. I don't even focus on the miles anymore. If someone asks me, like Lawrence did earlier, I can kind of calculate and kind of break it down. I might be off a little bit, but I focus on listening to how my body feels. Listening to how your body feels. I saw a young lady that they getting her, y'all. They getting her. They dragging her. Cause excuse me. She spoke on Pilates, right? She spoke on Pilates. And she said, why are fat people even doing Pilates? I said, ooh, you in trouble. She said, why are fat people even doing Pilates? Now, if her channel wasn't big, maybe she would have got by with it. But her channel was big. So, she's no longer welcome to the Pilates class in her area. I'm not saying all, but that particular one that she was a member of or that she was attending. She's no longer welcome to Pilates class, okay? They say that she's no longer employed, but I think there's more into that. Allegedly, there's some affiliation going on too with the job, so. And so that just brought a lot of attention. What's going on, CJ? What's CJ? What's going on, Sin City? Sin City. Sis, look at my legs. I got to hit that sunscreen today. I had to hit that sunscreen today. I know y'all feel the wind. I hope the wind is not bothering your ears, okay? Because I know that when the wind hits that microphone, it bothers your ears because it bothers mine when I'm listening to somebody, okay? So, don't focus on the sound. If you hear the sound of the microphone, just think through it, think through it, think through it, think through it, think through it. So you got to switch it up. So now we're going to power walk. So I hadn't done that all week. Y'all know we switch it up sometimes. We do the regular walk. We pep it up, put some pep in the step. 1 foot in front of the other, one at a time. 1 foot in front of the other. Right? And I don't do it for like a minute and then something else, 2 minutes. We just switch it up within a whole minute. Power walk, skip, jog, run. Work your body. Trick your body. Trick your body if you want to continue to see results. Y'all, I'm going to look down again when I get some shade. Woo, I can't see it. Lawrence saying, hey, Lawrence, that's my sis right there. Hey, my beautiful sis and everyone in the chat. That's my sister right there, Lawrence. We talk every day. we fall asleep on the phone. She be falling asleep on me, y'all. Sis said, hey, Jill. She's doing good, Lawrence. How about you? Sis, I sit up here. Sis, look. They got sunscreen. I said, I know people going to be like, because you know how people are, girl. They so vain. Like, what's that on her legs? Sunscreen? It's hot out here. Shoot. So you got to walk. Keep moving. Keep moving. One foot in front of the other. And move with a purpose. Move with a purpose. Don't be out there doing this. I got to put you on 2 times speed. Don't be out there doing this. Now, listen. That being said, if that's your fitness level, walk that way and be proud, okay? Walk that way and be proud. Because you want to work your body. But make sure you don't what? Hurt your body. Work your body. Don't overexert your body, okay? Don't overexert yourselves. Meet you where you are. You have to meet you where you are, okay? Meet yourself where you currently are. And the more you continue to do what you need to do to improve your fitness level, the more your fitness level will improve, okay? Okay? Let me see. Sis, I sit up doing good. I need to be moving with you, sis. Yes. You be moving. You be moving, sis. You be moving. That's why, like I was telling Lawrence, when people ask me how many steps I do a day, most of the times on here, the live, my watch goes off and I hit 10K. But some days I only do like 7K on here because I go slow. But I need to move with a purpose, okay? I be needing to move with a purpose. But at the same time, your purpose may be like this. If you haven't been exercising, you kind of been just doing your daily activities, you may not want to walk like this, right? You may just want to walk like this to start. That's fine. That's okay. Meet you where you are. Meet yourself where yourself is. Meet you where you are. All right? You got to meet you where you are, fitness-wise. Don't be out here trying to compete with people you don't compare with. And I say that in the way to mean that you don't know them. So you don't know what they may pull out of a bag next week. Okay? You don't know what they may pull out of a bag later on today. But it's springtime, almost summer. Look, this is what, the 29th? So 2 more full days of May and we'll be in June. I think summer starts June 19th or 20th. Somewhere in there. This summer, June 19th or June 20th. It's one of those. I don't think it's the 21st. I think it may start June 19th or June 20th. That's the longest day of summer, is it? Where's my friend? He went to a doggy birthday party. He's partying. So, listen. Do what you can do and do what's meant for you to do. And you have to keep in mind your health, your fitness level, any injuries that you've had in the past, okay? You have to keep those things in mind. So if you know that you've had certain issues, stop trying to compete with people who you know nothing about. They may not have any issues at all, and you out here trying to compete. And when you do that, you're putting your body at risk for injury. You're putting your body at risk for injury. You know you weren't an athlete in high school, growing up, or in college. The most you probably did was maybe walk. And when you get on, let me tell y'all something. When y'all get on this exercise equipment, you gon' F-O-F-A. Okay? What is it saying? Is it F-O-F-A? No, it's F-A-F-O. You gonna get on this damn equipment and you gonna F-A-F-O. You gonna go around and find out. The equipment is not to be played with when you really haven't been training on it. And you really haven't studied it enough to know which way you're to be using it. Just because you can pull something some way or push something some way doesn't mean it's supposed to be pushed or pulled the way that you're doing it. Gonna look around and find out and pop yourself, okay? Read the directions, learn to do it, practice it, Okay? Before just jumping on here trying to show somebody that you can switch up. I'm telling you, Lawrence, I say it, but whatever I say, believe me, I say it once I been shown the proof. Walk and talk, walk and talk. So I'm like, well, okay, let me put a little bit more of my regular routine in here. Let me put a little bit more of my regular routine in here. Because I can't do my full exercise routine on here, y'all. I'm just too unorganized. I change my mind too much about what I want to do. Like when it's upper body day, I know I'm doing upper body. When it's lower body day, I know I'm doing lower body. But some days I just decide to do full body. Some days I might say, okay, I'm going to do bicep curls, okay, push-ups, and rows. I might do the push-up and rows, and instead of doing bicep curls, do some Pilates. You know, I'm all over the place. But what I am going to do is get that full workout in. So I'm too unorganized. But sometimes when I'm doing some of my stretches, I'll share that. So it won't just look like I'm just walking. And I think that has tipped somebody else on the shoulder. Now she over there about to pop herself in the face. Y'all, it's damn horrible. It's horrible when you meet obsession. When you meet an obsessed person, it's the most horrible thing in the world. So that's why I say, you have to meet you where you are. You have to meet you where you are. You know your fitness level. Don't do anything I say. Don't do anything you see me do. If you do, you do so at your own risk. And what do we need to do first and foremost? Consult, contact, converse with, have a conversation with, discussion with your primary healthcare provider, be that your doctor, nurse practitioner, or your physician's assistant. If you've had some injuries in the past, it could be your physical therapist, your occupational therapist, your specialty doctors if you have special situations. Make sure that you communicate, converse with them, are honest with them. Make sure that the lines of communication are open, and make sure that the lines of communication between them are open, you know, so that they'll know what you're doing. So that they'll know what you're doing. And so that they'll know what one is telling the other. What each one of them is telling you, they'll know. Okay? Let me get to this shade. Hold on. I know that's right. Walk with a, yeah, sis, walk with a purpose. Okay, Lawrence talking to Sin. He says he's good, sis. Thanks for asking. But y'all, look, listen, it's the weekend, okay? So y'all know I usually take my cheat day on the weekend. Now through the week, I eat good, I eat right, but I eat something through the week too. But I'm talking about I take one day, I just do what I want to do, okay? I just do what I want to do. Because as long as you burn more calories that you're taking in, if you are okay with your current weight, just continue to burn more calories than you're taking in, okay? And you will remain stable. Now, if you really want to lose weight, you're going to have to burn an excessive amount. When I say excessive, I don't mean this as in too many. But you know that you have to burn more than you're taking in. Your body will store that, okay? Calories are just units of measurement. All right, you get your calories from food, it's your energy. Okay, your calories are your energy measured. Okay, so when you take those calories in, if your goal is weight loss, you have to keep into mind that you want to burn more than you take in. You want to keep into mind that you need to know your maximum heart rate. You need to know your target heart rate. Okay. Doing all that work and not studying some things, you don't want to do all of it in vain. You want to work your body. You want to help your body, but you want to make sure that you don't hurt your body. All right, make sure you don't hurt your body. Oh, it's been 35 minutes, y'all. I've been talking to y'all, and I said 30 minutes, didn't I? Well, it's going to have to be longer than that because I'm not where I need to be. I'm not where I need to be. But it feels so good out here, and it's so nice that the sun is out. Yes, the sun is out, but it's not beaming. Like it's not beaming. It's not burning, okay? The sun is out, but it's not burning. It's not burning. So thank you guys for coming by. I appreciate each and every one of you again. The subscribers, of course, my moderators, Lawrence, Jills, my sister, okay, from another Miss Kicking It with Sin City. That's my day one, y'all. Day one. So my moderators, the moderators who have channels, you guys, please check them out. Okay, Big Red Ain't Playing, aka Sin City, Jill's Comfort Zone, and Lawrence is my brother. That's just my great supporter. And lately, I've been having, they don't come to every live, but I got some supporters that I'm really feeling, okay? And I appreciate them. You can't always even name your supporters. Shit, that people be over here trying to rent to their channel and tap and shit. You can't do nothing on this app. Nothing. And you would like people to support each other. But I don't do that anymore. Trying to, as far as like heavily doing that, I'm going to always tell you guys to support my moderators, okay? Especially the ones who are content creators. Because if they support me, then I want you to support them. Right? Now, if they don't support me, whoever it is, moderator, subscriber, I don't care what you do. But sometimes you just got to honestly not care what anybody does. Because you come to the app to hopefully keep your blood pressure in check. Okay? Keep your mental status in check. All right? Like I always say, I think the apps were meant for good. The creation of YouTube, the creation of Facebook, the creation of TikTok, the creation of Instagram, the creation of all these other ones out here. I think they were meant for good. I truly believe they were meant for good. But as we know, people be peopling. Okay? People be peopling. So, because people be peopling, sometimes it can make the app look bad. And it doesn't make the app look bad. It makes them look bad. But sometimes it makes it appear to other people to be bad because they just don't want to. It's nothing more hurtful than to say hello to someone in a chat. And somebody you don't know from Adam, you don't know from a pound of outhouse-ish, says something to you like they're trying to get under your skin or ruffle your feathers. And you said nothing to them. You don't know them. Maybe even be your first encounter with them. That's like so bothersome. So it's not the apps, you guys. You just have to learn how to manipulate. I won't even say manipulate the app. Manipulate yourself. So that the app will manipulate your algorithm. It'll manipulate what it shows you. It'll manipulate kind of where you go. Unless you just love damn drama, or you love mess, or you love cars, if you love auto body mechanics, whatever you tend to love, if you go that way, hopefully that's the way the app, because there's thousands and thousands of channels on all types of subjects. So we can't say it's the app, it's the people and it's us. We got to think about where we go. Right? You got to think about where you go. That's why I just like to be known for where I go. Please like, comment in the live, comment on the replay, but you ain't got to share me out. Please don't. Okay? That's all. That's it. That's all. Now, some stuff, some content creators I've been watching forever, and wherever I go, I'm going to still watch them. But that's just me controlling what I do, right? Me controlling what I do. It's retirement days, comfort foods, and more in here. Hey, Betty. Y'all go over there and check out Betty. Okay. Betty did a bird cam the other day. When I tell you that bird cam was set just right, I forgot what type of bird that was, but Betty, if you're still in here, let me know. But y'all, a chipmunk got in the cam too. A chipmunk got up in the cam too, y'all. I was so tickled. And that he was so close, or she was so close, that it made the chipmunk look huge. Okay? It made that chipmunk look huge. So that's a really, really nice video. That is a really, really nice video. And you go over there and check it out. And go over there and be good. All right? Go over there and be good. Wherever you go, if I say go somewhere, please be good. All right? Please be good. And that's not to saying that to the people in the chat. Now, that's to anybody who may catch the replay. If you go over there, please be good. Because Betty has a very relaxing channel. No negativity. She's going to show you how to make some sweets. She's going to show you how to do different types of food. And it's calming. Her channel is very calming. Her channel is very calming. So it was nice to see the bird cam. What was it, yesterday or day before yesterday? I'm not sure if I saw it when you like uploaded it, because y'all know how the uploads go. It'll drop in your feed and say 5 minutes ago, and you click on it and it was like an hour ago. Thank you guys for those thumbs up. I appreciate you. You know I don't fuss about stuff like that, but I do want to tell you that most content creators really do want you to give them a thumbs up. They like it. They appreciate it. But I don't sweat that so much, because you can have 1 million thumbs up, but you really want more engagement, like talking, chatting, chatting amongst each other. You know, sometimes the content creator can't always see the chat, but whatever the topic is, hopefully, you know, the chat can carry the topic, and the content creator will make their business to make sure, you know, because of course you're live, you're supposed to. And then your moderators come in and they make sure everything is going smoothly. And that's one reason why I love having the size chat that I have, because we don't have to worry about all that. And if you do happen to come in this chat and see someone you do not get along with, you do not rock with, or you're not groovy with, just like I say with exercising, keep moving. Keep moving. Talk to those you do. I mean, what's the worst case scenario? You guys end up having a nice word or two to say to each other. See, Jill says, hey, retirement days. Jill says, some folks are just miserable. Yes, and that's why I say, if you could find yourself in a misery lounge, grab your grip and go. Get up out of there. If they come into your space, your lounge, your platform, the same way you would make them leave your home or your personal space, tell them, you know, to get their grip and go. GTGAG. Get on up out of there. You have every right to ask them. I think people have to realize that each person that's on this app has a platform. Each and every person, if you are a subscriber, you may not do content, but you have the potential to if you want to, because you have a channel, you have a platform. You have a lot of people that try to tell people how to do things. Listen, and that's okay. Suggestions are great, especially if they're good, positive suggestions. But sometimes they're not good and positive. Sometimes they're controlling. There are people trying to be controlling, right? So before you try to control somebody else's platform, just utilize your own. You can utilize your own, right? That's just like your neighbor. Maybe they have 2 cars in their yard. Am I back? Am I back, y'all? I cannot see. I took a call. I can't see any comments. I can't see anything. Oh, okay. I see. It's still a little dark. Okay. Thank you, Jill. So listen, if your neighbor has an old 1972 whatever, and he hadn't, it basically it's an antique, but it's just a car that he hadn't really fixed up or spiffed it up. He just keeps it in good condition. And he has a Camry, and he has a, what's another nice car? I'm talking about a really, really, really nice car. Really nice car. Another, a sports car. I'll say a sports car, any kind of sports car. You can't tell them which car to drive to work. You can't tell them which car to drive when they're having fun. You know, you can't do that. So you can't tell people how to conduct their channel or how to handle their channel. If you love the way they handle their channel, good. That's good for you. More than likely you'll be more engaged and more involved. If you're okay with it, then that's even good. You know, you may not be as engaged as someone who really likes it, but that just gives you more opportunity to move around, you know? And because usually we tend to hang out a lot where we like, whether it's messy, positive, negative, family oriented, couples, food, whatever it is, we tend to hang out more where we like. But if it's negative and you go there a lot, you know how you have to you have to acknowledge your own flaws. So that's why I had to tell myself, if I don't want to see a lot of negative stuff, I can't go to the negative stuff. I mean, that's how you fix that. It's not a hard solution. Sometimes the negative stuff is funny, you know, as long as it doesn't go too far. Sometimes it's funny. We can get our itches and giggles, you know, half laughs and laughs. You can do that as long as it's not going too far and hurting someone mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Because we don't know where each other are. And yes, a lot of times people say, well, this is just an app. It is just an app. But do you not think that this app takes a toll on people's mental? Some people cannot put it down. I'm telling you, some people can't put it down if they go on vacation. They're live or now to take videos and then upload them or something like that. I've done that. I've gone on vacation, taken videos and uploaded them later when I'm off vacation or when the day winds down. But if I'm on vacation, I'm chilling with my homies, with my family, why I need to be live for? You know, to each his own. And I may do it like here or there. If we're there for 5 days, I might go live twice. But what I need to go live for and show you a place that you've probably already visited. Why I need to go live and show you every day I'm in Vegas. Every day I'm in California. Every day I'm in Canada. Every day I'm in Jamaica. I gotta go live. Will I do some videos? Yes. But even then, that's gonna probably be like maybe 2. You have to learn to detach. You have to learn to push the apps away. We didn't have these apps growing up, and we made it just fine. It's so amazing to me how adults can become so attached to 1, applications, and 2, to other adults. And then they wonder why people say everything must not be going gravy in their relationships, or everything must not be going gravy at work or something. The husband, the spouse, the wife, whatever, partner, whatever. When you got to pick that phone or that camera up every day. If that's your job and you one of these YouTubers that are making like 6 figures, 5 figures even, understood. Completely understood. But if you on here and that ain't the case, not understood. So, you know, sometimes you just gotta just take have you ever felt like, whoever catches this replay and anybody that's still here, have you ever felt like you just needed to go on vacation and, you know, just by yourself, just you? So if you want to kind of dip off from family and friends sometimes, I know, how in the world could you not want to dip off from these apps sometimes? Your family and friends love you. So if you feel the need to dip off from them sometimes, why is it so hard to resist dipping off from an application? Like, you know, just ducking off. Low walk. Let's do this low walk. Boom, 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 boom. Do what you can do. Not anymore. Okay? Do what you can do. Look out for those heels, those feet, those legs, those ankles, those hip joints, those knee joints. All right? The Achilles tendon. Look out. Do what you can do. All right? Just had to throw that in there. Do what you can do. So what do? We did some crosswalking this week. We did some mini hills. All right. You got to switch it up. Switch it up. And for someone who doesn't have a particular goal, you don't have to switch it up. As long as what you're doing is suiting you and your body, you don't always have to switch it up. But if you're kind of like, you know, trainers know what I'm talking about. Okay? Trainers know what I'm talking about. Fellow trainers know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Shit, sometimes we even get tired of exercising because we're training people. Okay? So sometimes we even get tired. Get up, training yourself, go to work, we're training, we get off, and look at me. We're out here walking and talking. If you can walk and talk, that's great. It is just one of the great signs of your fitness level, just one. Because a lot of y'all, I say it all the time, start listening. It's okay if you're a little bit winded, but start listening, okay? The most important part is the walking. The walking. Hey, CJ. How you doing, CJ? Happy Friday. Happy Free Your Mind Friday. Happy Fantastic Friday. What you been up to, CJ? Thank you for leaving a comment on my short. I'm doing good. How's going? Good. Going good. I'm about to get off here in about 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I said 30, but I guess I'm so used to doing at least an hour. Every day this week that I've said 30 minutes, 40 minutes, I've done almost an hour. But I'm to the point now where if it's like 50 something minutes, I used to be like, okay, I'm just going to get that hour. Okay. But now I'm like, let me go. I got something else to do. I got something else to do. And that's what I was just talking about. Sometimes people get so attached to the app and they get so attached to people on the app that everything they do, it must go on the app. Every day, they cannot miss a day. They cannot go on vacation. They cannot take a cruise. They cannot do anything. And like I said, for some people, that is content. You know, the bigger creators who really make big bucks, their 70% is big. But if you're trying to get monetized or you just kind of, you know, we channels that's we just on here. I ain't worried about all that. I'm trying to have some fun. Sometimes you can't have fun like you want to if you got a camera in your hand. You know, you got a phone in your hand. You got the camera propped up. You got to pull out your tripod. Sometimes that takes away from the fun, unless you're a photographer or something. Unless you're a photographer or something. You know, because photographers love their job. It's not even work for them. It's not even work for them. They love their job. So vacations, hey, it's like a working vacation for a photographer. Especially those new photographers. Like, they just getting started. They got all the different cameras. They're trying to try out all the different features. You know. So we got traffic, y'all. We got some action. So when we got action, we pull those legs up. We pull those legs up, and then we got to sing and talk over the music. All right? Over the music, over the music, over the music. Y'all hear that music? It ain't me, YouTube. I do not own the rights to his beats. I do not own the rights to his music. I'm outside. It's like, it's a part of outside. It's almost like natural. When you're walking or working out outside, you're in the elements. You know, just like you hear the birds. Y'all hear my birds? I call them my birds, but we know that they're God's birds. But he allows us to enjoy the sounds, the chirps, okay? The chirps, the singing, the talking, conversing, whatever you want to call it, that's what birds do. We know why the cage bird sings, talks, chirps, and we know why the free birds do it as well. but just sit and listen. Y'all know I tell you to get up and exercise at least an hour a day, cardiovascular aerobic activity. But that depends on your fitness level. If you are not used to doing that, then get up and do 30 minutes minimum. But if you're not used to doing that, do 15. Do 15, okay? 15 minutes goes by quicker than you think, right? Of course, when you're at work, 8 hours seems like a long time. When you're at home, it seems like not so long. So if you haven't been working out routinely, 15 minutes can seem like 30, right? So try 15. If you don't do 15, maybe you at least get 10 done and continue to do 10, okay? I think you asked me that before. I told you the East Coast. Yep. So continue to do 10. And then maybe you'll work up, okay? Maybe you'll work up. Maybe you'll work up. Hopefully you'll work up. And then you'll build up a tolerance to do more, right? The more you do, hopefully the higher your tolerance will become. Hopefully the lower your stress level will be. Hopefully your endurance will improve, all right? So you know you. Work on you. Meet you where you are. We got like, what, 3 more minutes? 3 more minutes. And just like I encourage you, remember, I don't motivate. Motivate, encourage, synonymous words. But there's a slight enough difference for me that I don't motivate young kids, young adults. Those who need you to probably kind of pull them up or pick them up and get them started. But not these old ones, okay? Not these seasoned or full grown adults, I'll say that. Because young adults, to me, young adults are still in that transition phase. Because they say that the mind doesn't stop developing, the brain doesn't stop developing until what, maybe they said 21. Now some people say 25. So of course you know right from wrong, but there are still times when you may not really understand the consequences of your actions, or you do understand the consequences of them, but you don't fully understand how they may affect someone else's mentality, right? So those are the people when I think motivate. Everyone else, shit, 35 and up, 40 and up, I encourage you to continue to do what you've already motivated yourself to do, okay? What you've already motivated yourself to do. Motivate yourself. Motivate your damn self, okay? Motivate yourself. I encourage you to continue to do the things that you are doing that get you up, that get you to pull yourself up by the bootstraps, that get you to lace up those shoestrings and get moving and keep moving consistently and be persistent about it, okay? When you get up in the mornings, God allows us to get up. Take deep breaths in before you even get out of the bed and out. Take deep breaths in and out. 3 to 5 good deep breaths, hearty deep breaths in and out, okay? Pull it in, work that core. That'll help you work on that core before even getting out of bed, all right? All right, do some shoulder curls, some shoulder rolls, right there in bed. Roll forward about 8 times, backwards about 8 times. Let your shoulders touch your ear, go up and down about 8 times. It doesn't take long. Pull one arm, that left, right, whichever one, across your chest and get a good stretch. Hold for a few seconds. Repeat with the other arm. Okay? Pull that stomach into the bed. Pull your stomach into the bed. All right? Pull both legs up and hold behind the thigh, just below the knee, and get a nice stretch in your back. Get a nice stretch in your back. Okay? Get a nice stretch in your back. Then let one of those legs down and further stretch that right side if that's the one that you kept up. And then repeat the same move on the left side if that's the one you had down. Okay? Okay, y'all, his music was loud. Okay, then you want to let both of those legs down, and you want to extend those feet, then flex. Extend meaning to point your toes away from your body. Flex meaning to pull those feet back upright and pull your toes toward your body. Okay? That might take, listen, if you just go ahead and do it and don't rush it, that's not going to take you 10 minutes, okay? It's not going to take you 10 minutes. It's not going to take you 10 minutes to go ahead and get that stretch in. It's not going to take you 10 minutes. Hey, Azrael. Azrael, where you been? I'm about to go. Azrael. I'm about to get out of here. Where you been? Joyelle was in here yesterday, Azrael. Joyelle was in here yesterday. Watch the legs move. Hopefully, if you have not gotten up and done what I've encouraged you to do, to get up and move for an hour a day, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, according to your fitness level, according to what you can do, meet you where you are, get up and do so. Okay? You can walk, you can jog, you can run, you can skip, you can hop, you can go swimming. If you can, in your area, you can go mountain climbing, you can go hiking. Get up and get out and grab the kids, grab your nieces and nephews, grab the neighbors' kids, grab the neighbors and play a game of basketball, touch football, tennis, kickball. Get on your stationary bike at your home if it's too hot or it's too cold. Get on your bike and ride around the neighborhood, your local park. Get on your walking pad, your treadmill, your elliptical, your mini stepper. And did I say go swimming? I think I did. So I just told you 18 to 19 things that you can get up to do and get moving and keep moving. Sorry, I just woke up from sleep. You did? That's okay. Azrael. I was just playing with you. I was just teasing you. I'm glad to have you here. When are you going live, Azrael? Look at the cactus, y'all. It's still improving. Still got those new fresh leaves. It's growing. And as we speak about a cactus, let's remember to get plenty of water, right? Get plenty of water. If you're overall healthy, if you're generally healthy, you have no fluid restrictions. Because see, when we tell people to do things, we need to be able to tell people, some other things too, okay? Everybody doesn't fit in the same box. So continue to get enough water, especially now it's spring, it's about to be summer. But if you have fluid restrictions, stick with your prescribed restrictions and speak with your healthcare provider or your healthcare team and see if maybe you can get in, see if you can get in a little bit more if you need to, okay? It's all about your health. So if you have restrictions, make sure that you do that. So otherwise, if you're healthy and everything's okay, generally healthy, 6 to 8 to 10 ounce glasses of water is good. If you work outside, you may need a little bit more. If you work inside and you get hot a lot, you do a lot of movement, you may need a little bit more. You sweat, you may need a little bit more. Because remember, sweat doesn't necessarily mean you're losing weight, okay? Sweat is your body's way of cooling your body down when your body is in action, okay? It's like antifreeze for a car. Your sweat is your body's way of cooling down once the temperature goes up. Once your body temp goes up, your body kicks in and you sweat. Now you may be working your butt off. If you're a person who just doesn't sweat a lot, you're gonna sweat, but you're not sweating a lot. It's just hereditary. It's just your body. We're all different. And you have your neighbor barely doing anything or kind of moderately working and sweat is pouring. But you're doing more. So it's about intensity, okay? Don't let sweat fool you. It's about intensity. Some people sweat easily anyway. It's just hereditary. Just like some people get hot or more hot-natured, some people get cold or are more cold-natured. Sweating is your body's way of cooling it down, making sure that it doesn't overheat. Like a car needs its antifreeze so that things don't freeze up. It needs it's the water. You need your radiator needs its water so that you don't run hot, right? So when your body starts to run hot, it releases sweat, right? If you have a car that's running hot, what do? You add water. Lawrence says, how are you for retirement days? Lawrence says he sweats like a hostage. Come, Lawrence. That's what I'm saying, Lawrence. But maybe you're doing a lot of moving around. See, people get that misconstrued. If you're sweating a lot, you could be moving. And just think of it. If you're a person who you're moving around a lot and you sweat a lot anyway, some people start to sweat at the drop of a hat. You ever seen these people, like even on TV shows, who they're in the office and they lift their arm up and it's wet? Big back. Lawrence, I'm glad you said it. I didn't say it. I ain't say it. I'm glad you said that. I didn't say it. Lawrence said big back activity. Lawrence, you're a mess. I didn't say it. But yeah, and that's true. But you have people of all sizes. Some people just really sweat a lot. Some people it doesn't take much to get that sweat pouring. But they're not really doing much. And then you have somebody else who is working their butt off and sweat is pouring, but look at the work that they're doing. And then you may have a third person who's doing just as much work as their heavy worker and their sweat is moderate. So that just depends on the person and how your body responds to your body heating, you know. But to sweat, period, is your body. It is your body cooling itself off. Okay, y'all, I got another phone call. Sorry about that, y'all. Lawrence, you a mess. Lawrence said big back activity. That's what I'm saying. If you're small people sweat a lot, but if you're heavy and you're sweating a lot, I mean, what do you think? Yeah. But you got some people who are small and they sweat a lot too. And then you got some people who they barely move and they sweat a lot. You got some people who move kind of actively and it takes a minute for the sweat to kind of, kick in, start coming. And then when they sweat, it's still like moderate. They may get beads, okay? If they're working out outside even, they may be wet and you know that they're sweating, but then the next person may be drenched. And they could be the same size, same body type. It's different. So look at your intensity, the type of work, okay? Don't worry about, you want to sweat. You want those toxins to be released. You want your body to cool itself down. But don't look at that as a sign of that you're burning calories or losing more weight. You'll be misinformed. Lauren says my deodorant be like, I didn't sign up. So that's what I'm talking about, Lauren. Sometimes the deodorant be like, look, you got to get another brand because I ain't the brand for you. I ain't the brand for you. But yeah, some people just do. So do your research. That's with anything, you guys. That's with anything you hear on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. Do your research. And when you do your research, just know that if it seems like it kind of fits your description of whatever you're looking for or checking out or investigating, and then it doesn't quite seem like it, everybody's not in the same box. Everybody's not in the same box. Maybe it applies to you a little bit, this research that you see. Maybe it applies to you a little bit more. Maybe it applies to you a lot. Maybe it doesn't apply to you at all. Everybody is different. Even when you see research, it's a general consensus. 9 times out of 10, they've gotten 100 people, and 70 out of 100 did this, and 30 out of 100 did that. It's just like when they're looking to find medicine, treatments. 70% of the people, it worked with 500 milligrams. 30% of the people, it didn't work with 500 milligrams. They had to have 750. Or maybe it worked with 500 milligrams, but they had to take it for 10 to 14 days. The other 70 had to take it for 5 days. Things are just different. You have to do your research. You have to do your research. And when you do your research reputable sources, and still keep in mind that everything still, even when you're researching adequate sources, reputable sources, everything doesn't always apply to everybody the same way. So that is why it's most important to what? Stay in touch with, contact, consult with, converse with, keep the lines of communication open with your healthcare team. All right? So it has been an hour and 11 minutes and 22 seconds to be exact. So guess what? It's Friday, y'all. Have yourselves a fantastic Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. Again, make sure that you get some rest, relaxation, release, relax, relate, resolve the things that you can. And when you relate to the things that you can. Anything you can't relate to or you can't resolve, leave it in the hands of God, because He's in control anyway. Respond to what needs to be responded to. If it's not even important enough to respond to, and you can kind of laugh it off, try to do that. Try to keep your pressure down, okay? Okay? All right? Re-implement some things. Recover from the week that we just had. Recover from some things from your past that maybe you're still dealing with. All right? Reconstruct. Make sure that you respect yourself first. And most people, hopefully, if you respect yourself, you'll respect others. Okay? Because everybody would like to be treated at least how they've treated other people, right? So if you mistreat other people, can you really be upset if someone mistreats you? I know a lot of this stuff is easier said than done, y'all. What did I say? We got to recognize our flaws, right? We got to recognize our flaws. My flaw is a lack of patience. I've told y'all that for probably 3 years now. And I still have a lack of patience. But I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it. Okay? You got to, if you quick tempered, work on that temper. You get frustrated easily, work on that. If you're too easy, if you're too kind, and you accept too much, work on that. Work on learning to say no. Work on learning to keep people at bay. Work on even accepting help from people. Sometimes we don't like to accept help from people. Now, that being said, be careful of who you receive the help from. Work on being a bigger helper. Work on helping people more. So for everything that you do, make sure that there's what? Balance. Make sure that there's balance. Whether you're opening yourself up a little bit more or closing yourself off a little bit more, whether you're helping somebody or receiving the help, whether you're giving or receiving whatever property or a thing it may be, make sure that there's balance. And make sure that you keep the balance so that you keep your peace. Make sure that you keep the balance so that you keep your peace. Y'all know what my favorite self, that 4-letter word self, we like the R words over here. We go through several of them daily. And we like self, S-E-L-F. It's a perfect prefix for a lot of positive words. Self-love, self-respect, self-improvement, self-evaluation, self-adore. Adore yourself. If you don't, who will? Self-admiration. Admire yourself. Maybe you haven't always done that. Maybe you've always saw your own flaws. Start to admire some of your flaws. Your flaws are what make you different. And even when there's something that came from a place of hurt, maybe a scar, maybe something like that, reflect on it. Go back to the R words. Reflect on it. Remember it, but don't harp on it. And let that be a reminder that you are stronger than whatever that scar is and whatever caused it, whether it's physical or mental. It's going to come up. We have to learn to deal with things. Don't be afraid to get help. We're going to learn to deal with things, because the things that have happened, guess what? We can't change what happened, whether somebody did them to us, whether we did them to ourselves. We can't change those things, but we can learn to suppress. It's not always a good thing to suppress, so don't get me wrong. But when you have worked with something, you have dealt with something, you have worked through it, it's not going to change that it happened, right? So every now and again, it may creep back up into your mental. It may make you want to cry. It may make you want to you may become depressed. So you've learned to deal with it, whether you got professional help or not. If you've learned to deal with it, you can't change what happened. So suppressing that term is not necessarily a bad thing to do. Now, don't suppress things you haven't dealt with. Don't suppress things you haven't dealt with. But for things you have dealt with, you can suppress them in a healthy way, because you've dealt with them and you've learned how to, once they start to bubble up, you've learned how to put them back in check. Okay? You got to give somebody else a chance, Lauren. So you got to learn how to sometimes suppress things in a healthy way. I think sometimes we take words and we know the true definition of them, and they mean what they are. Suppressing something. Think of it. Suppress sounds kind of bad, but it's not always bad. Just like selfish. Being selfish isn't always bad. You want to take care of your family. You want to take care of yourself. You want to take care of those you love, your family and friends. Sometimes you've got to take that time to step back and take some time for yourself. Remember that vacation when I said put the phone down? Put the camera down? Refill your cup. Replenish. Restore. More R words, remember? Reinvent. Reincorporate some things. Revalue. Sometimes we need to revalue, right? Relearn. There are some things, like they say, you never forget how to ride a bike, right? You don't forget, but sometimes if it's been a long time, when you get on that joker, you're a little wobbly, right? So you got to relearn a little bit. You know the basic concept. You know what to do. When you first start learning, listen, babies learn by just watching. So when you're a kid, a toddler, you're looking, you see your parents riding a bike. Yeah, you want to get on there and try to do the same thing. They hadn't had to teach you a thing. It's just the human body. That's just what we do. That's how God works. But when you get on there, you're going to what? Fall. So even though you see, you know the concept, you've got to learn it. Sometimes that's how it is when we have to relearn some things. We know the concept. We know what to do. We just have to relearn it. Okay? Remove the things that don't bring you joy. Pull in the things that do. And remember, take some time for yourself this weekend. Treat yourself. Doesn't have to be go out and spend a lot of money. It can be something, go get you a massage. Just sit out on your porch and drink some tea and lemonade. Just take some time to just sit, focus, refocus. Or don't even do that. Just relax. Just chill and relax. That's your me time. That is your me time. So don't let bothered people bother you, okay? Remember, don't let bothered people bother you. Don't let stressed people stress you out. Don't let bothered people bother you. Don't let stressed people stress you out. And if you find yourself in a misery lounge, in a spot, a place, a grocery store, any place that you feel like, I don't feel good over here, get out. You don't allow that in your home. Don't allow it anywhere you go. Don't allow it in your personal space, okay? Grab your gripping coat, GYGAG. And if they come into your space, it's okay to tell them to grab their grip and go. I'm telling y'all, you get up in these places, and then they've been nice to you, giving you some snacks, some little drinks, and they start to unzip those sheep's clothing and the wolves come out. Just politely grab your grip and go. Or tell them to grab theirs and get up out of your lounge. Your lounge isn't for misery. Your ecosystem, in your lounge, in your spot, you want good things. You want peace. You want complete equilibrium. As much equilibrium as possible. It may not be perfection, but you want complete as possible. You want equilibrium to be as complete as possible. All right? So I'm going to get out of here, y'all. Remember, peace, positivity, and prosperity. Without peace, there's chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. Wherever chaos and negativity live, you will fail to prosper to your fullest potential if you stay in all that chaos and just craziness, okay? Get out of that stuff. Get out of it. And if you have a wonderful weekend, Jill. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. If you find that you keep saying, oh, or why, oh, that's bad, that's wrong. Well, if you're putting yourself in that place, it's something about it that you like. And like I always say, we all like a little stuff sometimes. You know, we all may not like a little of the same things. Some of us like a little drama. Some of us like a little mess. Some of us like a little suspense. Some of us like a little Comedy, or just you know, if it's comedy, stay over there in that lounge, because something to keep you laughing, release those endorphins. That's a good thing. All right, that's a good thing. If it's gonna keep you laughing and keep you releasing those feel-good endorphins, just like when we exercise, we're what? We're releasing endorphins, those feel-good hormones, those natural drugs that your body makes on its own. Endorphins. You want to release those feel-good endorphins. They're hormones. All right, they're natural hormones. They're stress-relieving hormones. That's why when you get done exercising or working out or doing something that's taking a lot of energy in a good way, after you cool down, wait about 10 or 15 minutes, don't you feel energized? Or at least don't you feel refreshed a little bit? You might be tired when you get done. Do your cool down, what we're doing right now. Y'all know I come on here and I have my cool down with y'all, right? Right? My warm-up is my appetizer, my workout is my entree, and my cool down is my dessert. But I get 2 desserts because I come on here and I do another cool down with you guys. And that cool down usually lasts for a whole hour. Okay. Even though a true cool down is about 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the person. Depending on how your cool down makes you feel, you know? Depending on how your cool down makes you feel. So I come on here and I have my second dessert with y'all. But when I work out in the mornings, yeah, my warm-up is my appetizer. My workout is my entree. And my cool down is my dessert. And I come on here later in the evening and we have a second dessert. Who doesn't like 2 desserts? All right? Remember, over here, the M&Ms that we eat are moderation and modification. M&Ms. Those are our M&Ms. And that's what I do to try to make it a little bit different over here. Okay? Okay? Because when we're walking and talking, I tried to be something different in this area, and now it's like it's everywhere you look. So what I do is I incorporate what my grandparents and what my parents put into me. Correlate things with things that you wouldn't normally correlate them with. And say those things. Those are your sayings. Have acronyms for things. I love having acronyms. That's why I'm GTG, you know, GYGA, all that. At least make it a little something different than us all saying the same thing, and especially when people are picking up on what you say and putting it down, okay, later. We want to be able to encourage each other. We drop nuggets over here. We don't formally, professionally, or clinically assess, diagnose, treat, or evaluate. And stop trying to evaluate yourself if you have not been formally educated and trained to do so. Listen to your body. Listen to this. Listen to how your body feels. Keep those 2 senses related. Listen to how your body feels. So of course, always contact your healthcare provider before starting, changing, stopping, taking a break of any kind. Any exercise plan, routine, regimen, schedule. Even if you want to take a break, if you want to take a break and you know that you're strong enough to stick to just your 2-week break or your month break or however long it is, that's okay. Do that. If you're mentally strong enough to do that, do that. You don't really necessarily have to contact them for that. But if you find that you've taken that break and now it's been another 2 weeks, you got to remotivate yourself. You've got to remotivate yourself. Okay? Only you can do that. Even when you talk to your healthcare team, they can tell you what you need to do, but you need to remotivate yourself. All right? We don't walk in line. We don't walk in place anymore, y'all. Now we got to march in place. Okay? I can't even do that. So now we're marching in place. We're pulling up those knees. Pull up those knees, working those knee joints, those hip flexors, okay? Work those hip flexors, work those knee joints. Keep the synovial fluid moving, keep it being produced. Continue to allow your body to produce the synovial fluid. Your synovial cavities will produce your synovial fluid. That synovial fluid will lubricate your joints. So even if your movements are limited or restricted, even if you have certain things like OA, RA, D, DD. Even if you have some of those issues, if you can move, move. But make sure you move according to where you are and according to what your healthcare team has discussed with you. Okay? Your body's still making some fluids. Some of that synovial fluid is still making it, even if you have some issues. But you've got to be careful. You've got to be careful. And you've got to listen to what your healthcare team says. And you've got to what? Listen to how your body feels. Listen to how your body feels. Jill says, thank you, Lawrence. Okay, Lawrence says, have a great weekend. Yes, y'all, everybody have a wonderful weekend. Have a great weekend. Again, treat yourself, treat your family, do something nice for them, do something nice for yourself. I know a lot of people work on the weekends. So if you're not able to find that time, that extra time during the weekend, find that extra tongue tie, y'all. Find that extra time during the week on your off day. Okay? So I will see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk in Lions Pride Original. Hugs, Lawrence. Thank you, bro. I'll see you later. Bye, y'all.